Good afternoon, John. We wanted to show you the progress we've made on your boat. I know you gave me the name and I can't remember, but we've got it all sanded fair up here. We've refastened all the planks, and you probably can see right here how much more fair the planks are. They're not all buckled up and so forth. We actually had a lot of spinning screws, and we had to actually put some dowels in, glue some dowels in the screw holes, and to where they would actually hold. This is a new plank right here. This plank is new. This is the one that was so badly bent down at the lifting rod. And this is a new plank right here, and you've already seen the rotted areas where the crash rail in the cockpit was stapled in. We haven't got those replaced yet, but we're getting all these planks faired in. This plank broke out right at the end, and we're setting the piece that broke out in epoxy. This had what I call a ducktail to it. It had a real dip right about here. We raised it up and then put a shim under here and put it back down to make that nice and straight and flat again. Down here on the chine, we've got the old chine cut out. The cutout starts right here and goes to up here. I've got part of it replaced back in here. This is actually at an angle. It's probably tough to tell, but it's actually at an angle. That's partially replaced. This piece is made and ready to go in. And then we have the chine cap, which will go on the chine right here and make that all back complete. And we'll put our side planks back on as well. This side plank, we're going to do what we call short plank. You'll notice the end of this plank was basically rotted off. And it was below, this rotted area was below the, actually we'll probably do another little treatment called the Dutchman here, because this is below the cutwater. So we can take off this bad wood, put new wood on, and it'll all be below the cutwater, and you won't be able to see the joint. Some of these planks that were below the cutwater are a little bit soft. There's one that's a little bit soft, and we're gonna do Dutchman on these, and treat them with epoxy, and that's something that we're just gonna have to watch, and hopefully we can make the planks last another 10 years, which would be the life of probably the life of the varnish, with 10 to 12 years with normal use. So we're going to do something on the end of this plank as well, but again, it's covered. I don't know if you saw that or not. It's covered by the cutwater back to here, so we can do a lot of fixing, low-cost fixing that and get the rot cut out of there, and it'll be hidden under the cutwater. Oh, also, remember the bow of the. If you remember the bow of the boat that was all busted up, where it had hit the bow stop on the trailer. Let's see. I have the old plank right here. So we just short plank that, and what we'll do, we'll bring the color in with stain, and then we'll also make this side look like it has a joint back there in the same respective place. So on the bottom, we've got, let's see, our frames. You see just in front of where the prop shaft's going to come through, right behind my pointer, that's a new connecting frame there. So your ribs are made in two halves, half's the boat, then you have this connecting frame. All right, then we have a new rib on this side. It's a much wider rib, you'll notice. And then we have a sister on that sisters the joint, and we have then a new connecting frame as well, which is right under my pointer That's the one that's under my pointer right here. Alright, then we go forward. This frame we didn't have to do anything to. And then the one right in front of the sack has a new connecting frame. And in front of that we have a new connecting frame and a new rib on the starboard side. And that's where we discovered the rot and the chine, which, I'm sure we've just about got that taken care of, ready to button up. We had 3 planks under the bottom of the boat and a couple of battens that were super soft. I'll show you those. So you see the new battens. We'll be putting 2 new planks here, and the battens on this side are okay. We haven't got them all cleaned off yet, but they're okay. They're solid, and we got to put a new plank in here. So having the sanding done, as far as in strip and refinish, we've got just a little bit more of the surround to do, but we're for the most part done on the sanding on the decks, and we'll be doing the sanding on the sides as soon as we get these planks back in place. Oh yeah, just to show you the condition of the wood that we've removed. Here's one that you'd be glad you didn't hit any wooden or railroad ties or stumps or anything else in the lake. You can see the condition of this wood is super duper poor. And here's where we poked on it, and we could poke almost all the way through the wood. We had a piece out here somewhere that you could actually see you only had about 1/8 of an inch of good wood left, and the rest of it was pretty soft. And it showed in a crack in a piece of wood. I don't know if I can find it or not while we're on here, but this one was cracked. We could see daylight. I showed you on one of the other updates we could see daylight. Here's the one that's cracked. So inside this crack, you can see that it was basically that wood was rotted all the way through in most of the length. Where you see this, where you see the red color on the edge was the only place that wasn't rotted through. So it's about 1/8 of an inch thick that it wasn't rotted. The rest of it was, the rest of the wood would just sink right in with an awl. Here's the box of old frames, just to show you the condition of the old frames that we had to replace. The rest of the frames appear to be good, and we're trying not to find more, but and I think we are done. I think we've found it all, and so you're going to have essentially a brand new boat when you get done. So we've managed to find a chromer that can get everything done in 4 weeks, and so the chrome is off to be done there, and we're getting ready to send the gauges out for rebuild. We got a price on those, and we're sending those out, and we've still got a problem with this horn ring. We're going to have to really push on finding a horn ring and start looking around in some places that we don't normally look for horn rings. And we can essentially pull this guy off the trailer anytime and get started on the trailer too. So I just wanted to give you a video update, and I'm going to give you a call here while this is uploading, and so we'll get all on the same sheet of music. But anyway, it's progressing nicely. Talk to you later, John.